please. I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at him.
Tough shit! We're gonna talk about boxing. Hello, what is up, guys? It is your favourite idiot here. And today I'm gonna be talking about the KSI against Logan Paul press conference. Now, this press conference was in America. There's gonna be one in the UK, which hopefully, I don't care if it's in Manchester or London, which most likely will be London. I want to go to it. But for now, we just got to stick with the one, unfortunately. But I have made some notes on the press conference, and everyone who knows me knows that I am Team KSI. I mean, I don't mind Logan. It isn't that I hate Logan. It's just I've been following JJ for years. And he's UK, which I'm also very big on because I am from the UK. But I'm going to be trying to be as unbiased as possible in this sort of analysis, if you'd say, of the press conference, because I've made some notes. And even though I am a KSI fan, yeah, I'm going to try to be unbiased, but you know, it might naturally slip in now and then, and that's just how it's going to be, because obviously I should be biased towards JJ, and naturally that's just going to come out. But you know, I always try and go into these sort of things with a mindset of, right, who, if I was neutral, who would I be giving the points to realistically? Okay, right, so onto these notes. I've just took them all off. Never mind. Right, well, my notes disappeared. I had them for about an hour, and then now that I wanted to do a video, they decided to disappear. Right, well, I've wrote some more down, but you know, I had to analyze the video with the press conference again, and hopefully now it's not as good obviously anymore, because I was trying to really scroll through it to remember the points that I had, but I've got enough now, hopefully. It's going to be mainly the main ones that I thought stood out. Alright, yeah, they both, KSI and Logan, both walked onto that stage with a lot of confidence already. Obviously, with it being Logan's hometown, you know, it being the conference being in America, you can kind of guess that he would have a lot of confidence. Like he went around that stage like he owned it. So there was definitely no nerves on his side. But then you go to JJ and it's the exact same. You know, he walked into the conference, he bowed, he looked at the crowd. None of them had a spit of nerves on them. Right, yeah, this is also an issue that I had with the conference. During the face-off, all you could hear was Shannon Briggs. Now, if you don't know who Shannon Briggs is, he is a former boxer. I mean, he needs to retire badly, but no, he was heavyweight champion of the world many years ago, and he's not had a fight for a very long time. I think it's for about 4 or 5 years now anyway. He's not had a proper fight, and now it seems as if he's trying to cling on to fame, which, you know, you have to respect that, because he knows that he's not getting these fights. So what he wants to do is he wants to get into this YouTube beef, which you can understand why he's doing it. I mean, come on, if you were once famous, if people once recognised you from all over the world, now no one knows who you are, you're going to cling on to something that has a lot of popularity, which this KSI versus Logan Paul event has. But he was so annoying, and it's so upsetting that he's Logan's trainer, because I think he embarrassed the squad more than Logan did. I think he was the worst person on there. Now, I can see what he was doing. He was trying to big up Logan. He was there saying, obviously, the typical lines that he says, "Let's go, champ!" repeatedly and repeatedly, and insulting KSI. Look, he's too short for you, champ. He's got nothing on you, champ. All of this towards JJ. But you have to understand as well that Shannon's now a huge meme in the boxing industry. No one takes him seriously. And after that performance that he did, the insults that he gave, no one's going to take him seriously. Still, it isn't as if he was going to gain any sort of thing by doing what he was doing. All he was doing was bigging up Logan, which you have to. I mean, he's on your team. You're supporting him. But the way he did it was so silly and immature, it was ridiculous. It's like they basically think that shouting means you win the conference, which I don't understand. You were holding on to me for dear life. That's the only thing I could hear during that face-off between KSI and Logan. And JJ said that. And then it's true. If you watch the fight back, all you could see was Logan, literally what JJ said, just clinging onto him. Because he was tired. He was tired. KSI was punching him, punching, no tired. His stamina was still there. Logan, yeah, he flopped it. He flopped it big time. But that's not taking any credit away from Logan. You know, the first 3 rounds he had a lot of energy. And I think he deserves all the credit that he gets. Just for that. But as it went on, yeah, hugging for dear life. And it's a good point to make. Yeah, both of them took their glasses off during the face-off. KSI did it first. That's a good move, because then you can see what's really going on inside someone's eyes, because you can always hide emotion everywhere else but here. These will always tell what the person's really thinking. You know, it's really weird how many emotions actually can go into the eye. It's really weird, because people always look for certain expressions on your face. If you really want to know how someone's feeling, you'll get that gut instinct through their eyes. Yeah, Jake Paul blows cigar smoke into JJ's face. Why? First of all, he has to travel quite a bit of distance to get there. Why did anyone let him do that in the first place? No, come on, that's a bit silly. And the guy wants to be a boxer and he's there smoking. Right. But no, blowing smoke in JJ's face was just really stupid and immature. But JJ handled it quite well. He just looked at Jake, shrugged it off as if it was nothing, then went back to his brother Logan. Yeah, the cheers for JJ was the same amount of cheers that Logan got, because when Eddie Hearn, who was promoting it, said, who's here for KSI, who's here for Logan Paul, they both got similar cheers, and you wouldn't think so considering it was in Logan's hometown. So it goes to really show that Logan Paul, wrong person entirely, KSI has a big fan base even in America. Something that Logan dismissed ages ago, saying, oh, no one knows you here. Well, in the UK, Logan, you got booed to fuck. Excuse my language. I've got to stop swearing on these videos. You got abused. When KSI came to America, last time and this time, he got similar cheers. So it isn't even as if anyone detests him here. But if you go to the UK, Logan, you are the enemy. JJ, not so much over in America. Yeah, when Shannon went onto the mic, because they gave him a mic, to be fair, he did actually mention something which I admire, which is Logan went into someone else's backyard, which is obviously Logan went to England to fight the first time. Sorry, give me a sec. Anyone else heard that ring? Oh, sorry. Right, anyway. Yeah, Logan went into someone else's, country to fight. You gotta give Logan a lot of praise for that, because the amount of anxiety that he would have had being out of his comfort zone, it probably would have been very overwhelming for him. And he put on a good performance despite being away from home. Yes, I think he should have took a loss, but it wasn't as if he got knocked out. It wasn't as if he got completely dominated. He won the first 2 rounds in someone else's home country. And he knows he's hated there, so yeah, there's a lot of praise that has to be put in there for Logan for that. The best part when KSI's trainer, Vidal Riley, who's also a huge boxer here in the UK, well, he's up and coming, gets onto the mic. You hear Shannon say, "I never heard of him!" And then, obviously, I'll play you the clip in which Vidal Riley roasts the former heavyweight champ right now.
I never heard of him. That's cool, that's cool. No one's heard of you for the last 5 years, but it's okay. It's okay. Okay.
Yeah, Logan started mentioning JJ's family in order to get into JJ's head, and he took advantage, rightly so, of a situation that happened to JJ over Christmas 2018. I mean, that's a pretty smart move. I mean, because obviously, I don't know if a lot of you know, but JJ had that feud with his family back in Christmas time. He wasn't allowed near the house at Christmas. He had that huge fight with his brother Deji, and it was brutal. So, even though some of the parts weren't true, Logan mentioned, for example, JJ hitting his own mom at Christmas. That isn't true, but you can see where he's going with that. He's trying to get into JJ's head by using what has been said and what's been done against him. JJ didn't look fazed, but I do feel, in a way, if someone mentions that about your family, a personal feud, you're going to feel a bit hurt inside. But I think JJ was also prepared, as much as Logan was, for insults, and he knew something was going to be brought up. So it's just how much shield can he have before Logan actually goes in. Yes. Logan says Tyson Fury said that Logan will win the match. Yes, now, I'm a huge Tyson Fury fan. He's from my country. Big up Tyson Fury. I actually met him as well. He's a good guy. He mentioned that Logan will win the match, and Logan pointed that out. Now, as much as I support Tyson, fair play. I mean, he gave his honest opinion, and you can see why, because I watched that interview beforehand, and you can see why. I mean, Logan has the reach advantage. He's been training non-stop since the fight. JJ really hasn't. He went through a bulking phase, where he took a bit of a break and started eating anything that he wanted. Logan seemed a lot more determined to win than JJ. In these past few months, from, September 2018 up to now, Logan's been training non-stop, and JJ, admittedly, he said himself he hasn't, and you've seen that. His weight gain, and etc, etc. So, everything right now is in Logan's favour. So Tyson, you can see why he did say that, look, it's in Logan's favour. I mean, the amount of time he's been boxing now compared to JJ. JJ took a break, Logan didn't. The height advantage, the reach advantage, possibly the weight as well. And it's in Logan's country. Because now, he's got his mistakes done. He's had his first fight. He's realised what he needs to work on. He'll work on that. And with Shannon Briggs as his trainer, you can't really see Logan going wrong. You can't see him making a huge amount of error. This is also, also this, Logan was really trying to get into their heads, but clearly it didn't seem to work as well. Because when he started going in on Vidal simply stood up, went into the mic, and Logan got dangerously close to Vidal. I don't think he would have done that if they were the only two on stage. To be honest, I mean, Shannon Briggs had to separate both of them, but it makes you wonder, is it stupidity or bravery? I mean, you can see what he's doing. He's just simply trying to get into KSI's head by doing all of this. Because it did kind of remind me of what JJ did in the first press conference. I mean, in the press conference in the UK, where JJ went in on Logan and his team. Now Logan is trying to go in on JJ and his team. The only difference is, though, is that JJ's team isn't rising to it, and neither is JJ. Logan's team were fuming backstage. And obviously Logan's dad, which he shouldn't have been there in the UK press conference, by the way, stormed through the stage and started speaking to JJ. But yeah, I just don't get why you would want to go to someone that has clear boxing experience and try and talk like that. You know you protected Logan. Yes, KSI mentions Jake ducking Anderson Gibb. Right. Now, Jake Paul said he wants to fight on the undercard. Or he wanted to fight KSI himself. KSI mentions, okay, fight Anderson Gibb. Now, Anderson Gibb is also part of Vidal Riley's team. He's also a UK YouTuber. And he's also a good boxer on top of that. And everyone wanted to see the fight between Anderson Gibb and Jake Paul, purely because it makes sense. They're both similar height, they're both similar weight, and they both have similar sort of boxing styles. Anderson Gibb's been wanting that fight for a long time. Jake's literally ducked him by literally mentioning the excuse of he hasn't got enough clout or he hasn't got enough subscribers. If that's... This is what I don't understand. So you fought Deji, which is JJ's brother, last year, right? You clearly knew he had no boxing experience. So I gotta stop doing that on the table. It's rocking you lot. But yeah, you fought Deji, who clearly had nothing to do with boxing. He didn't care for it. Right, fair enough, Deji got himself involved, which he shouldn't have done. You had every right to fight Deji, but now you're ducking Gibb purely because of his subscriber count? No, I think you're ducking Gibb because you know he's a threat. You know he would actually give you a challenge. So if you're literally ducking Gibb because he hasn't got enough subscribers, clearly you're doing this whole boxing thing just for clout. Because you're not mentioning skill, you're mentioning reputation. Is that all you care about? I mean, even then, I was even trying to get a fight with you, even if it was a spar. If you're not going to fight someone with, like, what is it, over 300,000 subscribers? Probably more than that now, actually. You're definitely not going to be fighting me. Because I'm just a small-time actor from Manchester. You know, I'm just a small-time actor from Manchester. There's no way you're going to fight me if you're not going to fight Gibb. So, and no one's got the same amount of subscribers as you, with the same amount of boxing skill as you. So you're going to be fighting no one then. Or if you do going to fight someone, you're going to fight someone that isn't as good as you. That's all you want. You're scared of actually taking an L. Just admit it. And even then, Deji almost gave you that L. If someone who had almost just 4 months of boxing preparation as you, yet didn't take it as nearly as serious, took you for 5 rounds and gave you a bloody nose, imagine what Gibb could do to you. You're shitting yourself. And I hate the fact that you're doing that for clout. At least your brother is doing it because he actually wants to fight JJ. If JJ had like 8 million subscribers, I think he'd still fight JJ. I'm sorry, but you're a pussy. Boxing isn't a clout's game. It's not even a game, it's where you get hurt. You're trying to play it safe, which you have to admire that, but then you're trying to make the other person look like a complete fool. That's just where I lose any sort of little beanie respect I had for you anyway. The only reason why I respected you was because you actually made a living and you actually made it from your own back. Now you're just an egotistical twat, really. And I'm sorry for swearing, but it's true. And I don't think anyone can deny that. Right, regardless, sorry. Yeah, this is a bit of a small pack, but Logan mentions about, KSI mentions the Challenger Games. Logan mentions that it was a charity event, then KSI proceeds to say, well, I sold out 3 charity events. You couldn't even sell out the Challenger Games with so many YouTubers on the card. What's your excuse? You have to hand it to JJ, that is true. Logan, you had this whole huge event and no fan really turned up. There's only a few thousand. Every single time JJ's done a charity event, he sold out the venue. But again, that's just minor talk. That's not boxing talk. Yeah, Logan getting Shannon Briggs as his trainer was a smart move, to be fair. And the reason why I say that is because, well, first of all, he's 2-time heavyweight champ. He's got the most knockouts in boxing history, you know, on percentage-wise. So you can kind of see why he's done it. I mean, originally, Logan, for the first fight, had Shannon Briggs' trainer train him, who is Milton Supreme. I was quite surprised to not see Milton Supreme at the press conference. He wasn't there, but Shannon was. Because I remember the first press conference in the US last year, Shannon Briggs was more neutral. He gave KSI the good points, he gave Logan the good points, and he made it fair on both sides. Now that Logan is paying Shannon to train him, Shannon's gone from being neutral to being Logan's boy and shouting at KSI non-stop. It's a smart move. It's a really smart move because Logan's got a trainer who's got loads of experience, who's lost and won, so he knows all about boxing. And clearly he's a hard hitter if he's got the most percentage of knockouts in boxing history. But again, I just really feel that the only worry for me is, on that part, is Shannon Briggs is a boxer. He's not a boxing coach. And people could say, well, yeah, but he can just teach what he knows to Logan. You know what? It isn't always that simple. I'm an actor, but I've only done acting classes twice. Like, I've only taught acting twice. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I gave anyone good enough tips to improve them. It's easier to do it than to say it, I think. Especially if you're like a footballer, for example, doesn't always make a good manager, yet he's a really good footballer. So, like, we'll just take someone like Frank Lampard, for example. I'm sorry, but I'm just going to throw you under the bus there, Frank. He's a class footballer. World class. But look at his record at Derby County. Look at his record at Chelsea. He didn't do too bad for Derby, but let's face it, it wasn't the best, was it? You could mention the same for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who's at Manchester United. Class footballer. Maybe not the best manager. So it's the same with this. Shannon Briggs is a good boxer, but is he a good coach? I felt if you stuck with Shannon's trainer, Milton Supreme, I feel like if Logan did that, he would probably be better off now. But again, there was actually an Instagram of Milton Supreme being there while Shannon trains him. So Milton would be giving tips on the side. But overall, smart move for Logan. But one part that did confuse me was Logan is insulting JJ for being trained by the Mayweathers. Right. So the Mayweathers, who, you know who they are, right, Logan? I mean, you know Jeff Mayweather, you know Floyd Mayweather Sr., well, Roger Mayweather as well. You do know that these people have coached world-class boxers. Should we mention one person's name? How about the actual Mayweather himself, Floyd Mayweather Jr.? Now, I don't think Floyd Mayweather will be helping JJ, but his trainer will be, who is his dad, Floyd Mayweather Sr. So I don't really get why you're laughing and why you're insulting JJ for having the Mayweathers on his side. The Mayweathers have a fighter in there who did, he's retired now, Floyd Mayweather Jr., had a fighter in their camp who was 50-0. 50-0. 50 fights, 50 wins. And you're going to insult someone who trained someone to go 50-0? I don't get it. I don't understand. He has a better trainer than you do, Logan. Yeah, you've got the one that has the boxing experience and had the most knockouts in history, but JJ has someone who did fight back in the day and trained his son to be the greatest of all time. I think JJ wins that one. Yeah, it's the petty lines, it's the immature lines. Logan saying, JJ has no dick. JJ has no dick. Like, just chanting that to the crowd. Why? And then I'm gonna give JJ the L as well. You know, he literally said, "Ask your mother if I've got a dick." Both of them took an L there. I mean, that's just immature grade 3 lines, to be honest. Which brings me back to my next point. Why was Logan's mother there? Why was Logan's mother at the press conference? It's a boxing press conference. You do not bring your mum to a place where you're going to be trading insults. But let's just face it, I'm sorry, the whole family's cringe, I'm sorry. From Greg to, I don't know why the mother was there, bless her soul, I'm not going to insult her, but I just don't understand why she was brought. I mean, how many family members do you want there? I mean, no, Jake Paul's cringe anyway. But I can see why Jake Paul was there. He is his brother, and he fought last year, and he wants to fight this year. So you can see why. And he had his own personal beef with JJ, so you can see why Jake is there. But don't bring your mum. Yeah, Logan says first round knockout. Is that realistic? Yeah. I think so. I'm on JJ's side, but I'm not going to be biased either and say that, oh no, there's no way. No, it's possible. They're not wearing headgear. Logan's going to come in probably a bit more weight, bit stronger than before, bit faster, and he already had the speed and power, so now he's going to have that times 2. If he trains hard enough, then yeah. I can see that happening. I can see Logan hitting KSI a few times. He drops. Can't take Logan's punches, and he gets knocked out first round. That's easily possible, and I do think that's what they're going to train for. However, Logan isn't stupid. He knows he's going to increase his stamina because that was his main issue last time. So it's that safety net of, if it does go the full 6 rounds, at least I have the stamina to win him on points. To beat JJ on points. Because it would be stupid if their only tactic was to go in there and try and knock JJ out. Because then you're not going to train for stamina. So I think he's trained for his power and his stamina. Surely. The stamina was the first thing they would have fixed because of how it almost went last time. With him getting knocked out, with Logan getting knocked out because his stamina was so poor. Yeah, Logan was trying to convince everyone that he won the press conference. He was just there shouting, I won this one! I mean, if you insulting JJ's penis, laughing at the Mayweathers for training JJ, and just trading insults about his family makes you win, you won, bro. Yay! But no, I don't think you did. Or because you shout, or because you show more emotions than JJ, doesn't mean you won the press conference. That's one thing I've noticed about Logan, is that he gets very emotional. He got angry at the USA press conference last year in was it June. He got that upset in the UK one that he left the stage. And in this press conference, he was just shouting all the time, and he seemed so pissed off. Shannon just seemed like he was angry as well. their entire team was pretty much emotional. The only person that was quite subdued was Jake, surprisingly. And even then, he was immature, but... So, no, all because you shouted doesn't mean that you won. JJ laughed everything off. Like, even to the point where even when KSI mentioned that he is going to be Kong, that Logan is going to be Kong, and he is going to be the Coyote, you got offended, and you even mentioned that was a pretty fucked up thing to say. So if you don't know, Logan's dog, Kong, unfortunately passed away after Coyote unfortunately killed Kong. So bless Kong, rest in peace, little man. But yeah, even Logan was there saying to JJ, say something that offends me. Logan says that, JJ then says that Logan will be Kong and he'll be the Coyote. Logan then can't then say, oh, that really offends me, that's fucked up. You asked for it, to be fair, you asked to be offended. He was mentioning that JJ's points were weak. No, they weren't, they were straight facts. You were just there insulting him, or JJ was there actually giving you stories. JJ was calm and collective the whole time. He laughed everything off that you said. And every time JJ said something, you got angry. Logan, I think just for that, you took the L alone. If you can keep your nerve in a press conference, you've won it. Simple as that. It's the first person that strikes with an emotion tends to be the one that loses it. And you lost it again. Yeah, and what furthermore proves that is during the last face-off, Logan did push JJ. Why? KSI, didn't react at all, laughed it off again, but did actually want to scrap Logan, as you can clearly tell. But again, even during that, he was smiling as you pushed him. And then the last thing, JJ and Shannon get into a verbal scruff. Yeah, that's something that I picked up today as I was watching it back. Because I was watching it from a wide view camera rather than the camera that KSI and Logan, the DNZ and network gave it on, the press conference. I watched it from another one. One thing that they didn't show was JJ and KSI getting into... Sorry, I don't know why I'm messing up so much. Shannon and JJ getting into a verbal scruff. Because after Logan left, everybody was meant to disperse. Shannon stayed there and started trying to treat insults with JJ, getting in his face. So, I do think that Shannon did embarrass the entire squad, to be honest. I just don't think that... I don't think personally he should have kept his mouth very much shut. I think Logan should have said something to him because he completely embarrassed you a lot. Someone of that high caliber, someone who was a former heavyweight champion of the world, should not be conducting himself in such a manner. KSI's trainer Vidal, he didn't get into anyone's face. He laughed everything off. He insulted you when you insulted him. Everything was fine. But overall, I'm sorry, but I do think Shannon Briggs needs mental help. And I've said this for a while. Like, if you've seen Shannon Briggs online, he's always there calling out other fighters, shouting at them to get a fight, but he never gets a fight because they think of him as a joke in the boxing industry. Dude, you're old. He's tried to get a fight with Deontay Wilder. Deontay would win. Tried to get a fight with David Haye. I think David Haye, even now, would still beat you, Shannon. Who else? Vladimir Klitschko is the most famous one. Vladimir didn't give you a fight because he knows that he would smack you up around. He found you a joke. And 8 years ago, his brother happily smacked you up anyway. So, I think it's time to call it quits now, Shannon. Be Logan's trainer. That's the end of it. Don't have to do all of this crap that you're doing. If you've got a mental problem, it's literally best that someone gets you help. Because people are maybe being offended by what I'm saying. No, I'm saying that he needs mental help, not as an insult. Look at his videos online and tell me that he doesn't need any kind of help. What he does is stupid, antagonistic, and that's a horrible way to sell fights. You don't try and scruff someone out of the blue to get fights. The amount of times that him and Vladimir claim to blows is ridiculous because of the way he is as a person. It's disgusting. How boxers sell out fights is a few digs here and there. You know, take, for example, Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder, for example. I mean, it's not happened yet, but you can tell it will. That's how you sell a fight. But don't get in each other's faces trying to have a scruff. You're disgusting, man. And the fact that you did that to JJ, who's clearly not as big as you. Come on, that's just horrible. I don't know what your intention was, but to go on at JJ the way you did, JJ laughed it off. It just shown how immature you actually are, Shannon Briggs. It's shown how you've dipped. Their team was laughing at you. JJ's team was laughing at you, not even at Logan. Even Eddie Hearn, the promoter, told you to calm down. Right, anyway, that's all I've got to say for this. Who do I think won the press conference? Because I think there has to be a winner for that in terms of the mental game. You could argue Logan. Now, I'll say why, despite what I've said. Because of the digs that he gave. Because of the facts that he did spit. You know, well, mainly Shannon. I.e. the fact that Logan only had 4 months training and went to away soil and got a draw. Now, he's in his hometown. You know, that was a good point. And he's better now, Logan, so that also indicates him getting a win in the fight. So Shannon Briggs was spitting facts for Logan. Logan did mention about the families, because Logan's got a supportive family right now. JJ, not so much. He's got supportive friends, but not a supportive family. It's where Logan's really got no beef with no one in his side. And he brought that up. So stuff that he brought up, he might have seemed angry, but I can see why you think he took the W in his press conference. Now, the unbiased reason as to why I think JJ took that was because you can shout, but that doesn't mean you win anything. KSI didn't really insult Logan. He was more telling the truth. A few examples is, you were holding on to me for dear life, which is what I liked. Yeah, he was. In the first fight, Logan was clinging on to JJ, as I said before. He mentioned about that. He kept calm the entire time. There was no emotion on JJ's face. Laughing, having a good time. And when Logan did insult JJ would fire back with something of his own. And it would be something factual. Going in on Jake was good. Again, it wasn't a you're a dick, you're this, you're that. It was you're ducking someone. Exposing Jake Paul for who he is. What else have I got in here? Yeah, Vidal Riley also mentioned about how he's got the Mayweather team on his side. And overall, JJ didn't do half the things that Logan did. But I feel like JJ, because of what he said, counted more. Okay, guys, anyway, that is it for me. And thank you very much. And I will see you on the next video. It's been your favourite idiot. Boom!